G'day guys, welcome back to the channel. Apologies again for my voice, I'm still quite sick. I think I'm getting better, but it's because last week it started in my chest and throat, now it's up into my nose. So sorry if I sound a bit nasally, but I'll try and keep my thoughts as concise as possible for this video. So we are in the middle of course, the Cyber event. It used to be like a 3 or 4 day event, and now it's 2 weeks. So I guess that's what it is. But it's nice. It gives us like gives everyone time to sort of work out what they want, how much they want to spend, how much they want to buy with units, all that sort of stuff. Now, I'm mostly a big fan of this event. Like the actual stuff on offer isn't crazy. You know, like it's not like there's heaps of FOMO, I don't think. Obviously with an event like this, there's always going to be some level of FOMO, but I think compared to previous years, especially like compared to last year's July 4th, and also the Heart of Fire from this year, there was heaps of FOMO in those events, mostly for the champions on offer. And that's what I like about this event and these champions. Because if we compare it, for example, the Heart of Fire, I know the Heart of Fire and Cyber Weekend, they're very different events, but they're still at the end of when the ball boils down, they are still spending events. They are for the whales, really, for the most part. And they're not really for the free-to-play players, although the free-to-play players do get stuff. But the Heart of Fire champs, you know, so you got Dark Phoenix, Nick Fury, Tigra, Future Ant-Man, APOC and iBomb, not so much, but mostly those four. Those are like top shelf champions. If we're talking mostly for Battlegrounds, those are top shelf champions. You know, in Mysterium and Celestial, you see pretty much Nick Fury and Dark Phoenix in pretty much everyone's deck because of how strong they are. You also see quite a lot of Tigers and Future Ant-Mans. But that's what I like about these champions, is that these are really good champions. They've had really nice buffs, and I'm quite a fan of both of them, more particularly Yondu. But unlike the Heart of Fire champions, there's no real like urge, I think, for most people to get them, which is nothing against them. Like they're still really good champions. I've seen some quite impressive scores from Yondu in particular in Battlegrounds, and both of them can actually be nice dual threats, I think. But they're sort of like nice buffs, nice additions as 7 stars, but they're not, you know, they're not the be all and end all. They're not going to they're not going to be defining the meta for the next year like Dark Phoenix was. You know, and that's what I like about this event. There's no real major incentive to have to open your wallet, which is nice. That being said, I still opened my wallet. I bought 4 Odins. I'm buying most of the daily deals, and the only thing I'm not doing is really bothering with the actual cosmetics. But that's what I like about this event as well, is that the top prize for this event, if we're talking like units, is a cosmetic, right? Heart of Fire, top prize was a Dark Phoenix 7-star. So I'd rather these sort of events where the cosmetic is you take it or leave it. You know, I might get the cosmetic because I'm only 6,000 units away, or I might not. I might just save, you know, my 26,000 units for Banquet. Who knows? It's up to me. I'd probably rather save the units for Banquet, also because there are a lot of nice champions available in Banquet that I would like to get myself. But yeah, it's definitely not an event that you need to like sink your teeth into. And there's plenty of stuff available for free-to-play players. Especially like, I think the free-to-play, like just from the daily gift, you can get one of these offers for free. Essentially for free. 5,000 Titan Shards. And then any one of these 8 items. I think I mostly went for 6 stones and tier 7 basic. I think I did some tier 4 alloy as well because I want to rank up some relics. But that's some really nice stuff for free. And there's also so yeah, I do like this event, and well, as a result, from what I bought, I was able to take up 6 rank 4s, and you would have seen Serpent on the thumbnail. Now, Serpent and I have a very interesting relationship. So this guy was really my white whale as a 7-star. So this guy came out about 18 months ago, maybe a bit early. I think it was like the start of 2024 he came out, which I was surprised by because I actually thought he came out in 2023. But it turns out he actually only came out last year, except it was early last year. But he sort of was an enigma for me as a 7-star. I never actually got to pull him. I never even got him as a 6-star until like maybe 6 or 7 months ago. I think it was only, if we roll the clip,
Oh yeah, we got a basic 7 Sun Nexus. Forgot about that. We used one on Jean and we used one on Spider Woman. We had 2 of those. Yeah, let's open that 7 Sun Nexus before we forget. Boom. No way. No way, bro. I didn't want this guy. I didn't want this guy. I didn't want him, man. I don't want him. He's so stupid. Fuck's sake.
And so now I am the proud owner of a rank 4 7-star 6200 Serpent, which took a while, mostly out of stubbornness. I just didn't want to rank this guy. Because in Battlegrounds particularly, I've just banned this guy for the last 18 months, and I've been happy about it because I don't have to fight him. Because I don't like fighting Serpent, as I'm sure most of you can attest to. I'm sure I'm not the only one that hates fighting Serpent, but I always put it off because even when I had the 6-star, because I felt like I just had to change so much of my deck and my playstyle and my drafting style just because of one champion. And that sort of changed when Dark Phoenix came out, because Dark Phoenix is sort of almost like Serpent but worse. In some ways not. But yeah, Serpent he's really cool, and I've been using him a little bit. I've been playtesting him the last few days, or last 2 days, I guess. He is really fun to use as well on offense. Definitely more fun on offense than Dark Phoenix is. But the other main reason I took him up was actually prestige, because my prestige is now close to, well, it's over 33,000 now, and 2 days ago it was about 1,000 less. So I've managed to increase my prestige by about 1,000 since this event started, which is really nice. It's better Q rewards, it's better EQ rewards, and I think probably better Coliseum rewards as well, which we know is coming pretty soon. So that was another factor why I took Serpent up. But yeah, it will mean a lot of adjusting. Yeah, I could probably talk for hours about why I hate Serpent so much, and how stupid he is. It was mostly just because when he came out, he just had, like, there were basically no counters to him. He was like basically like Sharla, and that's it. Even one of my favorite mystics in the game, Hood, who should really, in theory, shut him down, apart from his like resistance to burst damage. He doesn't really work. Like, Hood doesn't really work for Serpent, and same with a lot of other champions. And then his whole setup of his kit was just so overpowered. I just hated it. So I put off ranking him for a while. But I will admit, he actually is very smooth to use. I'm still getting the hang of, like, the throwing specials into block. I sort of managed to do it with Massacre, but it's a bit different than Massacre, in a way. But yeah, I thought it was about time that I just finally bit the bullet. It will increase my prestige. It will make my Battlegrounds deck stronger. Like, there's no doubt about that. It's a Serpent. I'm just a bit anxious about, like, how much it's gonna change my drafts and how many more rerolls I'm probably gonna have to use just to get Serpent counters. I'm also gonna have to get better at fighting Serpent with all my counters like Shathra, Nico Minoru, or Nico does it pretty quickly. I haven't got Spider-Man Pravita Profbaka yet from the double track, but I will get him eventually. And so I know he's a good counter to Serpent as well. So there are more and more good counters to him. I think even Yondu can do okay against him, just because of the massive weakness that Yondu puts on the opponent. And I'm sure there's, like, other champions that I haven't listed that aren't even in the Mystic class or whatever that can do Serpent okay. I guess it's part of the journey that I have to figure out heading forward with this guy. But that's not all. Serpent was not the only champion I took to rank 4. I took, in fact, 6 total champions to rank 4 across the last few days. And one of them was, of course, Red Guardian, man. Red Guardian, such a fun champion. I know a lot of people don't have this guy because he was quite expensive in the events that he was offered. I don't remember what the name of the event was, but it was earlier this year. And yeah, I picked him up. I eventually awakened him, I think, with a Science Gem. He's Sig 120 now, which is hopefully going to be good enough for Battlegrounds. In fact, a fight like Winter Soldier wasn't even, like, really strong enough to sort of show off the potential. Like, look at that special. Like, that's a quick ramp, like just down in like 30 seconds. And so I took him into this quest in Act 9.3 as well. I'll have the title of the quest down below, so you guys can see where the fight is. But yeah, it's just such a strong champion, but also very simple as well. Like, it's just put a couple of debuffs on, rip the special 2, and GG. Like, it's just so fun. Such a fun playstyle. And that's what I like. It's just the simplicity of the kit. And obviously you got a massive buff, which is one of the best buffs I think they've ever done, because they didn't overdo it. They didn't try and make him ridiculously OP, although he is quite OP. But he can just cover so much ground because of damage, and but he also has some nice utility to go alongside it as well. Being buff immune, having nice easy access to slow, nice perfect block chance as well. So perfect block chance, yep. So go nice long stuns, and of course the trauma. So I'm really happy I took this guy to rank 4. So I actually took 2 mystics to rank 4 yesterday. The first one was Shathra. Now this was mostly because I just felt like my rank 3 Shathra was not really cutting it. Another reason was because I took Serpent to rank 4. She is quite a good Serpent counter, although I definitely need to do a lot of homework on the Shathra versus Serpent matchup. If you guys have any tips for me about that particular matchup, let me know. But also she's very good for Dark Phoenix. She's good for, she can do Yelena Belova as well. But the way her damage works means she can just work for a lot of champions. But as there is still, even though she can do a lot of things, it is quite a tricky playstyle. It can look pretty simple, but you have to like really practice this champion to really get her down pat. And that's another reason why I took it to rank 4 was to really challenge myself to actually properly practice Shathra better. So I have an excuse to use her more. So that's why I took it to rank 4. She's tick 100 now, which I think will be good enough. But yeah, one of my other rank 4s for the Cyber Week. And then the other champion from the Mystic class I took up was actually Kindred. So Kindred, not really much of an attacker, but he's sort of like when the chips line in his favor, he can do some really nasty damage. And this is a fight in 9.3. This is the same fight I showed that Shathra fight on. If the opponent has heaps of like expiring buffs, he's just able to just constantly degen them, keep them trapped in the corner. He's sort of like, you know, most people compare him to Mojo. He's definitely, well, I don't know, I wouldn't say definitely. He probably is a stronger attacker than Mojo, particularly because he doesn't have to, you know, ramp up his any persistent charges or anything. My favorite part about Kindred is the heavy to consume power. You know, because so many Mystics have the problem of getting trapped with Special 3. I've experienced that with Hood countless times, and other Mystics as well. But with this guy, it doesn't matter how much Mystic Dispersion you run, because it's just quick heavy charge. You consume like a little bit of power, so you can just rip that Special 2. And in a fight like this, where you're just constantly expiring buffs in this Dispersion, he's able to constantly spam Special 2, keep the opponent in the corner, keep the atrophy up, keep the degens going. But that being said, he will be a really nasty defender. I've seen a lot of Kindreds come back into the fray in the meta. A lot of nodes are favoring Kindred on defense in Battlegrounds in particularly. So I can't wait to see what he can do in defense and hopefully get me a lot of matches. So this probably isn't the best place to show off Jack-O-Lantern because he is really a Battlegrounds merchant. But I took him to rank 4 because similar to Shathra, I have a lot of mutants that need countering. And Jack-O-Lantern, outside of like Havoc, he pretty much counters the entire mutant class. He's really satisfying crits that aren't crits. Very, very high crit rate, like 35 to 40%, which is really nice. And of course, the special 2 damage is famous. Like, look at that. That's the first special 2. He's already doing like 17k per tick. Now, this is on a node which has like buffet and other stuff. It's also a gentle, which isn't ideal for Jack, but it's to sort of show how like he can just do so much damage. I don't really want you to focus on the regen or anything. I just want to see, so you can see the damage in a sort of larger health pool than just a Battlegrounds fight. But yeah, he is really cool. I've seen some people do some crazy stuff with him at rank 4, so I can't wait to take this guy against Captain Britons and Onslaughts and all those other sort of mutants, Domino as well. I think he'll really complement my Bastion at rank 4, my Warlock at rank 4. Like the 3 of them will just cover pretty much everything that I need in a given meta. So yeah, really happy to have having it in my rank 4. I think he will stay relevant for a while. Particularly at the moment we have quite a lot of meta mutant defenders. I mean, Spider Slayer is coming soon. Who knows what he will be doing to affect the meta, but I think for now, at least for the next, I don't know, 6 months or so, he's going to be quite strong as a rank 4. He'll be able to do a lot of stuff for me. So yeah, there we go. That's the other rank. Another rank 4 is Jack O'Linson. And then the other one I took up is Captain Britain. So notorious defender, like since her buff, and since people got her and started ranking her as a 7-star. Apologies for this, there's a bit of lag by the way. Yeah, crazy stuff. A lot of champions just flat out die against her easily. Unless you're using someone like Jack O'Lanson, which you just saw, she was a reason why I took you in rank 4. So I probably should have shown Captain Britain before I showed Jack, but whatever. Yeah, there's really not many good counters to her. You know, Maker, of course, is the only champion in the game with full Neuroshock immunity. Jack, with his lack of crits and lack of bleeds and shocks, is essentially immune to her Neuroshocks, but he can still get a few. Bastion can do okay against her. I think Yondu is okay against her, maybe, but like, there's really not that many good counters to her. And there's so many, like, even this next Battlegrounds meta, there's a node that like gives the defender prowess, like combat deja vu prowess, and those prowesses just scale up her Neuroshock damage even more. So I probably should learn how to use her on attack if I do need to do that, but she's just such a nasty defender that I haven't really bothered yet. So there we go, guys. Those are my 6 new rank 4s. I'm sorry I didn't really show too much gameplay of them because I've only had them for like a day or so. But let me know, like, if you want to see more of a particular rank 4. It puts me up to, I think, 31 now, I want to say, at rank 4. Yeah, so 31 rank 4s. Pretty nice even spread in terms of classes. A lot of nice dual threats, some fun ones like Spot, and of course Venom the Duck. But I'm really happy with the overall with what I've got here at rank 4. Not really sure what I'm going to do next now because these new ones are going to keep me busy for a while. But I did get some new 7-stars as well. So of course I got Yondu from the web store, and I haven't got Super Scroll yet, but I will get him from the. I will get Super Scroll from this solo event here. I'm sort of just I'm min-maxing this event, so I'm mostly just buying the daily deals from now. So I will get Super Scroll from this in a few days. Again, I'm not sure if I'm going to get the cosmetics, the first editions. They're nice, but they're not going to make the champions any better or anything. It's just a cosmetic. But yeah, I did get some other new 7-stars. I finally got bloody Void. Like, I've opened probably like a dozen loyalty crystals, never got him once, but I managed to get him from 2 of the Saga Nexuses. Howard the Duck as well, never got him from the loyalty crystal. Blade is a cool one, very nostalgic one, because obviously Blade was the GOAT back in the day. Night Thresh I don't really care too much for, but it's nice to add him to the Pokédex. And then these are the only ones I'm missing now, so down here. I know a couple of these are in the basic pool, like Black Panther, I think Red Goblin, but that's about it. Most of these guys will be coming to the Titans soon, or in the Titan already. And then there's new champions, some of the champions like Stealthy will get soon. Who knows, might get Jessica Jones from Banquet if I get lucky. Ultron will be from leveling up. So I'm close to a full Pokédex, but yeah, that's how we are standing at the moment. Let me know what you guys got from the Cyber event if you decided to open the wallet like I did, or even if you got some stuff free to play. Like, let me know. I love seeing what you guys get from your openings. But until next time, I've been Steel22. Peace out.